guys, it's Kathy here from Vincent Music, and today I'm going to talk about some important stuff at the back of Piano Adventures Level 1. If you like writing your own music, it's the most important stuff in the book, where it starts talking about chords, harmonies. So if you turn to page 68, it's talking about the C chord. So a chord is basically 3 or more notes that sound great together. A chord, as you can we have a little close-up. Can I see that? When you've got a stack of two skips together in that little formation, you've got a chord. And the bottom note is the name of the chord, which in this case is a C. So let's play one. Start on middle C. The first note in your 5-finger scale is a C. And the 5th is the G. 5. If you put the middle note, which is an E in the middle, you've got your C chord. And that's what it's doing in this first exercise. It's getting you to play the 1 and the 5, and at the middle, and then C chord, C chord, C4. But of course, that's not the only place you can play a C chord. You can scoot your whole hand up an octave. And if you play 1, 3, 5, if you thumb on that C, you've got another C chord. You move up, find the next one. 7 on the piano if you want to find them all. And so there's a lot of exercises here to help you recognize them all, because it really is important to be able to recognize them. So the second one is a block chord study. And you can see this is another C chord in the bass clef. C, E, and G again. And then quiet. And so that's called a blocked chord when you play them all together. But you can also play the notes one after the other, which sounds pretty like in this last example. And play around, and then there's a song here, Row, Row, Row Your Boat, which is interesting in that nearly all of the notes in the song are based on notes in the C chord, especially all the important ones. There's a couple that aren't. See if you can work out which ones aren't in the C chord. Which notes in this song are not C or E or G? Let's have a look. So we've got a nice big C chord in the bass there. You can see that chord shape with the 3 notes stacked on top of each other. That's C chord that we've been talking about. And then the melody note starts with a C, of course, because it's in C, and it goes C, 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 D, E, E, D, E, F, G. So all the minims are part of that C chord. All the first notes of the bar are in the C chord. There's a couple of little ones that aren't in there. Can you see them? It's a D and an F. And then when we get to the... that's just a C chord with a C at the top, and then the G, E, C. And the last bit has a couple of sneaky notes that aren't in the chord. But nearly all of the notes there are in a C chord, which is why they're going to sound nice together, especially because you can play it as a round, which is when you play one bit of the song, you play the song, and then someone else starts, and you're playing the same song at a slightly different time, but because all the notes come from the same chord, it sounds great. So one person will start the song, and the second person will start after 4 bars. You can have 4 people playing the same song, and it will all sound great, because most of the notes can't come from the same chord. So if you had 2 people playing the melody, it might sound a little bit like... notes of that beautiful chord, it'll all sound nice. And you never know when to end, because no one ever gets to the end at the same time. Play forever. But I thought it would be a fun way to learn the notes of the C chord, is to practice making up a little song. So if you play a C chord, C, E, G, with your left hand, and then with your right hand, just find some notes. Any C or E or G is going to sound nice with that. See if you can make up a bit of a song. Something like this. Or just play around until you get the hang of finding all the notes that are in that C chord. Another thing you can do is use a broken chord in the bass. It might make a bit of a different song if you try that. If you muck around a bit, you get better at it. Did you hear I made a mistake? It's okay. And that's a fun way of familiarizing yourself with the chord. And that's the most important chord in C. But not all of the songs in the book have been in C, have they? Like the previous song, the Sailor Dance, was in A minor. And you could find the chord that's the one chord that in the Sailor Dance is an A minor. So if you put your thumb on the A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is an E, and in the middle is the C. A, C, E. Oh, it spells ace. And you could do the same thing as with the C chord. You could play an A minor chord. And make up a song that's all in A minor, just using those three notes, A, C, and E. And they will all sound nice, even if you have the pedal on. Whereas if I played some random notes, it doesn't quite sound as harmonious, does it? So that's a fun little improvisation exercise. So the last two things in the video, I thought I'll record the accompaniment for the Sailor Dance so that you can practice that one at home. And then I've got a little musical riddle at the end, so hoping it could work out. So, the Sailor Dance on page 60. Sounds really cool when you start slowly and then get faster and faster. And it's good fun. And so, if I record the accompaniment, that way you can practice at home. So, I'll count at the end. And I'll play it a couple of times, accelerando, because it sounds cool. Okay. 1, 2, ready, play. Too fast at the end? See how you go. No, we practiced it really fast and it sounded really awesome and cool. So, by the end of the video, I have a little musical riddle. It's a word that sounds really cool. So I'm going to play the tune and tell me if you can work out what the word is. I'll have to hide behind here. I'm going to play it near middle C. But have a listen. That's a 5-letter word. I'm going to play it a few times and see if you can guess what the word is. Got the tune in your head yet? Have you found the notes at your piano? Tell me if you work out what the word is. Awesome. See you next time.